most prized picture that you have that you honor, or that you kind of proud of Frank for getting that picture?
Of course, Gorbachev, because of the fact you can't do it. President Reagan, of course, is just, you know what kind of character he's got. Billy Graham, I am a Christian, and I believe what he says because he believes the Bible. That was a big thing. I'm not a golfer, but I met Arnold Palmer early on, and he was such a gentleman. And if I were not in Tennessee, I would say Bear Bryant was a big one, but I won't say that. But Neil Armstrong, just
that had to be special.
That blows people away. That Tim Allen,
Tim the Tool Man,
yeah. When I met him, he started looking at these pictures, and when he got to one, he stood up, and he says, "Do you know what you have here?" And I wanted to say, "If you show me, I will." And he said, "This is worldly, but this is intergalactic. You have a picture with Neil Armstrong." Now you talk about people remembering me.
Exactly.
A few months later, I was man, and I don't have backstage passes or anything, folks. I just hang out. And he's coming out of an event, probably 15 yards away. Hey Tim, hey buddy, you know, I enjoy telling people how nice you are. I enjoy telling people about your pictures. And that's a big deal.
That's a pretty neat deal.
And at that time, he had the #1 book in the country, the #1 TV show, and the #1 movie. So that was very flattering.
Now, I know you have a lot of sports stars too. You've had some bad experiences too, but overall, I would say your experience has been really good.
I'll tell probably 80% of the people were nice.
What was maybe one of the best experiences you had? The person that maybe the biggest star and the nicest to you know, and just so cordial and that kind of thing. What comes to your mind?
Of course, it's like you know, people. I go to Golden Corral. People say, "What was the best thing you ate?" I said, "Well, I ate everything." You see, so there's so many to pick from. But I was talking to this lady a while ago. But Jennifer Aniston. I've never seen security before, including the presidents, that they had at the 75th anniversary of NBC up in New York. When the fireworks show went on, then I dove into some bushes and crawled in. But anyway, I'm going to get now. Again, this is like you going to your company party. I mean, you're not, because you know everybody.
Right.
So when that flash goes off, I'm going to be out of there. So I want one person. But see, we didn't get to see. They took him in underground, and I see Jennifer Aniston. So I go up to her and I said, "Miss Aniston, could I get a snapshot with you, please?" He said, "Well, sure." Well, there's Matthew Perry standing there with her, played Chandler. And I said, "Sir, would you take this picture?" And he says, "Now she knows." And so we get the picture, and of course she knows. And then she says, "Would you like me to take a picture with you and Matthew?" And she makes $1 million a week.
That was actually going to be my next question. First of all, you told me usually you'll look around, you scope out an area before you go in. When you used to do this real heavily, and you'd find the tallest guy in the crowd to take a picture, right?
What I want is a tall, young male without glasses and nothing in his hands. But I have given to a short lady with a bunch of but because you know I can approach him and I get so excited, and so I want to be prepared.
So he's tall, you know, he can shoot the picture over other people,
and he won't be intimidated. And I said like Chris again, I will say if I don't know, I said, look, when the gentleman in the brown shirt, I always say, if he or if she agrees, would you take the picture? And so I'll try to get that set up, but
that's pretty neat.
But a lot of times you just wing. And I've missed a few pictures because I just couldn't get anybody to take the picture.
Yeah, you know, you and I, we've traveled together some, and we've talked a lot. And of course, we go to church together and everything. And we've talked about some of these, like you say, adventures. And guys, when he says adventures, that's what he means. I mean, I've heard some of these stories, and I laugh, and I've laughed till I've cried before, and believe it or not, Frank's putting all these adventures into a book and all these photographs. I mean, there's Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus. Boy, they've been down the road.
Two crazy people.
Two crazy people.
Two dead people.
Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson.
You can't get to Michael.
He's going to put this stuff in a book. And there's so many stories I'm looking forward to hearing. I mean, I've heard stories about him crawling through bushes, over ductwork, through air conditioning. I mean, just climbing across box seats.
Covered under a highway to get into the secured area of a tour bus.
And those are the kind of adventures you're going to put in your book, right?
And it's called Frank's famous photos, Photos, Frank, and Tony's going to do my cover for me.
I'm going to do the cover for him and do a little forward for him too. And my plea to you today is we need to help Frank with this book. Chris, my producer, we've already talked about, we want to see this book, we want to read this book, but you've searched for people to publish this book. You struggled with that, and you found out how many thousands of dollars it's going to cost to publish this book. So what is your plan to try to get this book published?
My plan is that I will self-publish it. The best opportunity I have is the Kickstarter. Most people know about this.
Right.
And you go on there, and people will contribute money, and then you give them books, and you give them to pay it back. But to be a part of this, but people seem so generous. I read in the other day a man wanted to make potato salad. You see that? This was on the news. He was from not our country. He wanted to make potato salad, so he asked for recipes. And if you sent him $20, he would carve your name in the peeling. And he raised $50,000. I need to find y'all, okay?
So what you need to do when he gets set up and everything, you need to go have your picture made with a potato salad guy. I mean, I know you've had your picture made with the soup Nazi and everybody else. So, I mean, I've looked at your pictures. So, Frank, I think we might need to have you come back, and we'll do a follow-up, and we might get into some of the stories a little more, because we don't want to give all the secrets away about all your adventures. What's the word? Buy the book.
Buy the book.
Well, we're gonna try to help Frank with this book and get this thing
back
going.
to this Kickstarter, within a month we will have our presentation on that, so we would appreciate it.
We'll give them the information how to get in touch.
And folks, it's clean, it's clever, it's crazy, but the good part to me is you can give this book to your grandmother, to your teenage daughter, to your clergyman, and you will not be embarrassed. But it's going to be great.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Love
God
you,
bless
buddy.
you. Beautiful. Thank you.